So one of the conversations I've had with Miko in the past, and I told you all, this is something that I thought about but never invested in the way I should.
Mm-hmm.
And then when me and Miko had these conversations and he talked to me about the process, what did I say to you, Miko? You felt like I was taking jabs.
He always say that I make it sound easier than what it is.
No,
It is.
Right? That's
right. I'm not saying it's not easy. I'm saying that I see the route he's taking. And granted, I don't know a lot of people in the cloud space, but while he's selling it, and we having these conversations. And one time I said, if it's that easy, why you ain't doing it?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Hold him accountable. All
Right.
right.
No,
He felt like I was taking a jab at him.
Right.
But I was saying we've had this. This has been an ongoing discussion for years now.
Right.
So the question is, where's the results from the conversations we've having?
Right.
Because a part of it was I'm looking to you
Right.
to show me. Because if it's gonna be a 5-year process, I might as well wait my 5 years in HR. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so that's the ongoing discussion that we've been having.
Right. And we have this is one of our hundreds of petty arguments we always have. But I
This is
always
more
tell,
mature
I would get
than the
mad
other
at him.
ones.
Right. This is the most mature one. I would always tell him, like, look, I'm also working on X, Y, and Z.
Right.
So I'm also dividing up my interests. I'm not 100% in focus. And on top of that, I'm not the average person who needs this to work out. You know what I'm saying? It's working out well for me. It's going to continue to work out even better. But I'm working on so many multitude of plays.
Right.
It's like, and I've been that way my whole life. It's my whole thing. I've always failed at things and I always suffered the most when I tried to meet the expectations of others versus go at a pace that I know is best for me because I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm working on.
But you know what, though?
Yeah.
I appreciate you saying that, but also I want you to also think about this. Because you are moving like that, you have to understand how many people are listening
Facts.
to you, right? They're not listening. They don't hear all the other stuff, right? They hear just your experience in the cloud because you got the group and all of these things, and so they're looking to you for full leadership,
Facts.
and and guidance. And these people are very fragile,
Facts.
right? We're talking about very fragile people.
We are.
Yeah, yeah, and this is our community
that's real.
because they're dealing with a lot of fear, right?
Yeah.
And so one thing that we try to do is have that transparency where, I'm really happy that we have a partnership because just like I told him, it's a difference in terms of what you can what value you can bring to someone while you're climbing the mountain versus when you're on top of the mountain.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's a whole nother value when you got that anchor, you could throw the rope down.
Absolutely.
And that's where we're at. We didn't ran the bags up, we didn't did all of that. So it's us throwing the rope down.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And he's climbing, but then he climbed a couple mountains because he's hustling.
Right.
He's an entrepreneur.
One of the things one of the things for me is, first it seems like, okay, I'm going to get this AWS training. I'm going to go into AWS.
Right.
And once I get this architect certification, that'll be enough for me to make that move.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I'm watching him, it's like, wait a minute, you got this experience, and now people telling you need 4, 5, 6 more things. So now instead of it looking like I got to do one thing to make that.
Oh, you can do one thing.
Make that leap.
Right.
It is you need to do this. Now you got to know programming language. Now you need to know
See,
Azure.
No.
With
You know what I'm
AWS,
saying?
you do got to know a little bit more than
Yes,
probably
because
the
it's more
others,
bare
yeah.
bones. But
There you go.
here's the thing, right? But it's also about knowing how to find the right jobs. Right? Because not every job is DevOps.
Right.
He's just kind of in it. You're doing a little bit of everything.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Where he's at, he's doing a little bit of everything. But
Infrastructure as a
we're
code.
not focused on DevOps. We're focused on administration.
Yeah.
Right? If you want to get into DevOps later,
Yeah.
that's cool because then you're learning your languages, but
Get the bag first. Then.
get the bag and then learn.
That right. No, yeah, absolutely.
Learn if you want to learn a language. But what you get from us is you will learn how to script. You're gonna run CLI. You're gonna run PowerShell. You're gonna run Bash. You're gonna run all the things it takes to run
Those are
any
handy
good.
as hell, by the way.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
to let y'all know.
It's
know what
not
I
as
mean?
difficult as people sound.
Yeah.
As it sounds. So.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. It's like people get intimidated because they say, "Oh, coding or
Right.
computer stuff." It's like, listen, you've adapted to every update that Facebook has rolled out.
Right.
You can easily, if you do these things, a couple hours a day or here and there a week, it'll become second nature to you too. Like I've been surprised recently how fast I've picked up Linux.
Yeah.
You know, and Linux is super powerful, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we teach it.
And so it's been essential to helping me learn infrastructure as a code. And so like, and the thing I see Mark, because Mark knows when I tell him when the interviews go south. Like he knows, like I'd be like,
Does
bro,
that
I made
discourage
it.
you?
No, it's not that they go south because I do interviews. You know
He'd
what
be
I'm
like,
saying?
nigga, I knew it wasn't that easy.
No. So I mean, I give him my critique from an HR standpoint, but I also give it to him from like somebody who might have an interest in. It just seems like one was a long interview. Like
Yeah,
how
I
many interviews you go on?
I don't. So recently I've been making it to the final rounds. Which
No.
is good.
I'm talking about that one process you went through. How long was that?
Oh, you talking about this one company?
I would have never.
2 months.
Oh.
No. How many interviews?
Ooh.
Oh man, all of them average about 6 interviews.
No.
Right. So for me, as like I'm working HR, I know how many steps it takes. I wouldn't hire my CEO in 6 interviews.
Most of our students only go through 2 max.
It's disrespectful
Maybe
for your
3
time.
max.
Yeah,
So
but
you're
like
saying that's
y'all
too many
said,
interviews.
y'all focus on the admin
It's a waste
route,
of resources.
and I be focusing on the infrastructure as a code
Exactly.
route.
So that's gonna take a little longer.
right. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So
But it's
the
all-
site reliability
see-
engineers, et cetera, et cetera.
Yes,
Yeah.
but here's the thing, because it's code,
Right.
What that gives the company is ways to not give you
Absolutely.
opportunity, right?
Absolutely.
Because they can say, hey, we're focused on this. You spend all this time trying to learn this, and then they get there and they're like, well, we're off that. We on this now,
That's
right?
a
And
fact.
you can never get comfortable,
That's a fact.
right? And so that's the real battle there. Did you?
I was just gonna ask you, do they make you do like a demonstration?
Have
you had
no,
that?
I
Okay,
haven't
good.
had those yet.
Okay,
I
good.
just recently, yesterday, I had one company, and I only did it because I was bored. Usually, if they try to get me to take a test or whatever, I'm like, it's not worth my time. But
There you go.
most of them, no. It's just the process is usually do the initial interviews with the recruiter or whatever, then the hiring manager, then they like you, then move you on to a technical round or 2.
Yeah.
And I do the technical round or 2, whatever, and they like. Looking for. And me and Cam had this conversation before. Yeah, we need you to be more proficient at this or proficient at that. Blah blah blah. And then and then they be like, well, let's bring you back because it's all those things. So and where I try to get Mark to understand is like, I'm halfway taking a lot of Cam's advice because I'm not completely under Cloud Tech Academy, but even though I 100% support it, but because I'm wrapped up in so many other things, I'm kind of also doing things my way, and I got a reason behind doing it. Right, my way, right.
Listen,
that's definitely a fault of mine.
Right,
and it's like and that again, it's like my whole thing is my method behind my madness is also creating pathways for those who are gonna come behind me.
Right.
In a way that's I don't want to. It's like is this route I'm going to be a detriment to my stability?
Right.
And if the answer is no, then it's like, okay, I can give myself a little grace to try to figure this out because it's like if I come around this other back end, while Cloud Tech and everybody else is not everybody else, but Cloud Tech is moving one machine moving one way, I can also say, yeah, what they're saying is real, and I'm walking evidence because I did it this way with just this cert alone, no other certifications. This is the minimum cert, and I got X, Y, and Z. You can do it too.
If you want, if you want to go against the grain, just say that.
Yeah.
Because the conversation that this is outside of Cloud Academy.
Yeah.
The conversation we've had is, and what they just said, get the bag first, right?
Right.
Because the bag is all, and we had this early on.
Right.
The route don't want to be a jack of all trades.
You don't want to. That's a fact.
And so when you get to juggling, you got to efficiently make, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
The transition in a way that.
Right. No, you're absolutely. Listen, you're absolutely right. I don't deny that at all.
Because I did a little bit of the same thing. I'm trying to do multiple things, so I understand it. But I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna get there faster if you lock in.
Just lock in.
Right.
If you lock into this one thing,
you're right.
It's gonna happen 10 times faster. When you're up, everything else is easier to do.
You're right. No,
you know what I mean? Because you get up way high. You know what I mean?
That is the number